Om Namah Paramarishibhyo Namah Paramarishibhya Harihi Om Antarayati Mirupashantaye Shantapavanam Achintya Vaibhavam Tannaram Vapushi Kunjaram Mukhe Manmahe Kimapitundilam Maha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Yasyantannadimadhyam nahi karacharanam Namagotram na sutram No jatin naiva varna na bhavati purusho na napumsam na chastri Na akaram no vikaram nahi janimaranam nasti punyam na papam Tattvam no tattvamekam sahaja samarasam sadgurum tam namami Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrishiganayiravritam Brahmanishtaihi Acharyendram Karakalita Chanmudramanandarupam Swatmaramam Muditavadanam Dakshinamurtimide Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Yataye Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadinagendra Sanghapavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohadhvanta Divakaraya Bhagavatpadabhitam Bibhrate Tasmai Bhashyakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane Apara Satchit Sukhavari Rashe Yasyormi Matram Bhuvanam Samastam Guhahidam tam ramanam gabhiram chinta vihinam hridi chintayami Deham rinmaya vajjadatmakamaham buddhirna tasyastyato Naham tattadabhava supti samaye siddhatma sadbhavataham Koham bhavayutah kuto varadhiya drishtvatmanishtatmanam Soham spurtitaya arunachala shivah purno vibhati swayam Shonaprabham somakalavatam sampani panjasarekshuchapam Pranapriyam naumi pinakapane konatrayastham kuladaivatam naham Namami yamininath lekhalankrita kuntalam Bhavanim Bhavasantapanirvapanasuthanadhim Chudottam Sita Chandracharukalikam Chanjatshika Bhaswaru Leeladagdha Vilolakama Shalabhashreyo Dashagre Spuran Antaspurjataparamohatimira Pragbharamuchadayan Chetasadmaniyoginam vijayate jnana pradipo haraham Yontaf pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam Sanjeevayattakhila shaktidharaswadhamnam Anyam shahasta charana shravanatvagadin Pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam Janmadyasya yatonvayaditaradasya Artheshvabhijñasvarat Tene brahmahridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsurayah तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषां धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि कस्मै येन विभासितो यमतुलो ज्ञानप्रदीपः पुरा तद्रूपेण च नारदाय मुनये कृष्णाय तद्रूपिणां योगीन्द्राय तदात्मनाथ भगवद्राताय कारुण्यतः तच्छुद्धं विमलं विशोकम् अमृतं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिस्तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबद भागवतं रसम् आलयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिम् आनतोऽस्मि यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षदां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् सत्यस्य ते स्वदृश आत्मन आत्मनोऽन्यं वक्तारमीश विबुधेष्वपि नानुचक्षे सर्वे विमोहितधियः तव मायये मे ब्रह्मादयस्तनुभृतो बहिरर्थभावाः तस्माद्भवन्तम् अनवद्यमनन्तपारं सर्वज्ञमीश्वरमकुण्ठ विकुण्ठधिष्ण्यं निर्विण्णधीः अहमुहवृजिनाभितप्तो नारायणं नरसखं शरणं प्रपद्ये नारायणं नरसखं शरणं प्रपद्ये. For the last almost 1 week, we have been seeing Srimad Bhagavatam, Ekadasha Skandha. In this portion, Bhagavan Krishna is teaching Uddhava pure knowledge of the self, Atma Vidya, Jnanam. And of course, Jnanam means also Bhakti, also Vairagya. Bhakti Jnana Viraganam Sthapanaya Prakashitam. Spiritually, in our tradition, we always say there should be all the spiritual prerequisites in a disciple to easily attain the highest realization in one life. And those prerequisites are called sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Discrimination, dispassion, control of the mind, control of the senses, everything is prescribed. But it is, you cannot find such aspirants anywhere who is highly qualified like that. If they are so much qualified, they will easily attain the realization. So one more thing is added, that is Bhagavat Kripa. Guru Kripa. After saying everything in Bhaja Govindam, Shankaracharya said, Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha Samsarad Achirad Bhavamuktaha. One who has immense devotion to the feet of his Guru, he easily gets liberated. But Guru Bhakti liberates a person from samsara. Here Uddhava has such bhakti to Krishna. Actually, he did not ask for Upadesha. He wanted to be always with Krishna. And in that association, Uddhava says, I have escaped from samsara. Because satsanga, as Krishna said, is a great secret. As long as you spend your time in a divine presence, no sadhana is needed. In those times, even if you don't do sadhana, the mind remains quiet, shanta, in bhakti bhava or jnana bhava. Tala vrintena kim karyam labdhe malaya marute. There is a shloka which says, when Malaya Maruta is a mystic breeze, when it is there, all the trees, they become sandalwood. So when Malaya Maruta is there, why should you carry a hand fan? Such breeze is there, why should you have a hand fan? It is not needed. Tala vrintena kim karyam labdhe Malaya Marute. When you have such a great opportunity to be with a Jivan Mukta, with a liberated being, then such life is really blessed. Shankaracharya said, Durlabham trayamevaita daivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samsraya. To be born as a human being and to have the longing for liberation. And then the third one is association with a realized soul, an enlightened master, a jnani. When these three are there, it is certainly the result of divine grace. So, jnanam is needed, bhakti is needed, vairagya is needed. Any parampara, we have so many spiritual ashrams, groups now. And people also ask, how will we find whether something is authentic or not? This is a question that comes. The authenticity, we cannot so easily say, but general rule is there should be jnanam there. It should speak about the jnanam of the Upanishads. And secondly, bhakti must be there. And all the bhakti sadhana, the traditional paths, everything, if it is there, it is a very good parampara. As see here, Swami Shivanji Maharaj has given elaborately every detail. You can do japa, you can do bhakti, you can have yoga and sannyasa. Vairagya also is there. So bhakti, jnanam, vairagya, if these three are there, it is a pure parampara, it is a sampradaya. Shruti pramanya is there, Brahmanishta acharya is there, and all the sadhana sampattis are there. such parampara, one will certainly attain the truth. Avagatihi bhavati eva. Shankaracharya says, it is impossible not to attain. It is impossible not to be liberated. Because when you come through a good parampara, sampradaya, it is just like you have entered the train will reach. You have to just sit there. On the other hand, due to some destiny, people get caught with deceptive places also. Asampradayavit sarvashastra vidapi murkhavadupekshaniya sarvatra. Shankaracharya said, if it is not a good parampara, good sampradaya, even if he learns everything, he should be considered as a fool, because success will not be there. That shanti will not happen. You cannot follow that person. So Bhagavan here says, Uddhava, even my family is a Brahmavid Kulam. My own great grandfather got this Brahmavidya from Dattatreya. And this Guru Sampradaya Swabhava is very, very important in our Shastra Marga. So, okay. So, what is now? It is Bhakti, Jnanam, Vairagyam. Jnanam means what? The knowledge of the self. Before attaining it, you have Bhakti. You have Bhakti. Every sadhana that you do is Bhakti. Japam is Bhakti. Pranayama is also Bhakti. Guru Seva is also Bhakti. Everything is Bhakti only. Karma Yoga is Bhakti only. When you do some seva, it is bhakti. When you meditate on his form, it is bhakti. When you chant his nama, it is bhakti. All this collectively becomes bhakti, and this bhakti purifies the mind. That is what yesterday we saw. Yarhyabjana bhacharane shanayoru bhaktya Cheto malani vidhamet gunakarmajani Tasmin vishuddha upalabhyata atmatattvam Sakshad maladrishoho savitru prakashaha. When the mind is sufficiently purified, one recognizes the self, the Atman, as a clear eye, clear vision, recognizes the splendorous sun. With so much ease, Atmanubhuti, self-realization happens to a pure person. And purity happens through bhakti. It is the easiest way. And when the mind is pure, mind easily gets concentrated on Bhagavan Nama or form of the Lord. And slowly it will be taken to the self. Manayekatra sanyujyat jitashvaso jitasanaha. Mind becomes completely in dharana, in concentrated in Bhagavan's form or mantra, and all other things drops off. And then slowly that also disappears. Vairagya abhyasa yogena dhriyamana matandritaha. By immense vairagya and constantly taking the mind inward. In Tamil, there is a word. It comes in one of the Bhakti Grantha, Tiruvachakam, where he says, Oyamal ulhuvar ullolirum ullan. Incessantly sending the mind inward. Usually I use a word, it is not in English. If you correctly translate it, it means incessant innering. I don't know whether anyone has used innering. Allowing the mind going inward, Oyamal means without any rest, without any stop. Incessantly taking the mind to the heart center. There the inner being shines forth. Yasmin mano labdha padam yadetat. Very, very, very profound slokas. You will find only in Bhagavatam. Yasmin mano labdha padam yadetat. When the mind, in Yoga Shastra, Patanjali says, Bhumika labha. That is, the mind slowly, see, when we come to this hall, we search for a place to sit. And you find a comfortable place, okay, you sit there, adjust yourself and sit. Like that, the yogi is also searching for a seat within. A seat in which the mind can get established, so that the mind will not unnecessarily run outside, will not get scattered, dissipated. And it is searching for that. That is what the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, you will find sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. You will find an eternal, permanent place to rest. That is sthanam, sthitihi. The mind stays in the self. Mind recognizes the heart every day in deep sleep. Naturally, it goes to that center. When you wake up, it arises from that center. Somewhere it goes. And from somewhere it comes out. We don't know where it goes because we are not there. If I am there, I could have found what it like. Now, in waking state, you have to consciously try to go to the same center, where the mind withdraws itself during Sushupti. Consciously send the mind to that state, Padam. Here Bhagavan says Padam. And mind will not stay there. It will just jump out, starts thinking, imagining, misapprehension, or go to sleep. All kind of troubles it will make. Yasmin mano labdha padam yade tad shanaihi shanaihi. Slowly, slowly, no spiritual experience will come to you in 1 day or 2 days. There will be catchy titles in Tiruvannamalai after September to December or even up to February or March, there will be board. You come here, 1 week you will have self-realization. And people will crowd there. Of course, that to see such a thing and get a joy is good. At least you want self-realization. You want God realization. That is good. Even Yoga Vasishta uses such techniques. Yoga Vasishta says, Dinaireva no masaihi prapnoshi mam paramdhiyam. Yoga Vasishta says, you don't need some months. Some days you will get realization. There is an anecdote. There is a very small question-answer session with a guru and disciple. So the disciple asked the guru how much time it will take to realize the self. The guru said, perhaps 1 minute. He said, 1 minute? Is it not too brief? No, it is 59 seconds long. Because you are already that, how much time you need to recognize it? The moment you recognize, yes, Sakshad Avarokshad Brahma, the moment you recognize, I am that, Sohamasmi, that very moment you are liberated. But the preparation takes so much time. Prepare. And after that recognition also stability in it. Not, this adrida jnanam will not do. Sometimes people will have a glimpse of it. Coming to Guru, many had such things in the presence of Ramana Maharshi. They will come there, you can read in the books. They would have had some deep, profound experience. But very few can retain it. Because only if Vairagya is there and Tapobalam is there, it can be retained. Eshu satsu eva sannishtha yad abhave na siddhyati. Viveka Chudamani says, only when you have all the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, this jnanam remains steady. Otherwise, you have to slowly struggle to bring the mind back to the self. Atma samstham manah kritva na kinchidapi chintayet. Bring the mind back to the self and do not initiate any thought. Again, thoughts will come, mind will go out. I, it will arise. Again, slowly quieten the mind, make it abide in the self. Again, the mind will jump out. This constant struggle will be there. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Constant practice and constant vairagya. You remove all those causes which distract the mind. Slowly, that is sannyasa. Giving up everything that disturbs you. Giving up all attachments that distracts you. And slowly making the mind abide in that center where there is peace, where there is shanti. And that center is your own existence as I am, as I within you, as existence, as mere existence. Even if you sit quietly, you will feel the existence. Nishala Tattvam says, just abidance in silence, you will feel that existence. The more and more the mind tries to stay there, Shanaihi munjati karma renuna. Renu means dust. Karma renu means dust accrued through action or vasanas that propel you, force you to act. Both are karma renu. The mind is made of so many karma renus. Avidya, kama, karma. Ignorance, then from that desire, from that urge to act. And you act, you get into some trouble. You cannot come out. So this is a cycle into which we get caught. So how to be free of this? Bring the mind back and make it stay in the heart. Yasmin mano labdhapadam yadetat shanaihi munjati karmarenun. Slowly, in a gentle way, take the mind to the heart and slowly it will give up the vasanas. Satvena vriddhena. Along with that, you need bhakti. You need a good atmosphere. You need association with saints. Then sattva guna will improve. You need pure food, sattvic food. Then rajo guna and tamo guna will no more disturb you. If rajo guna is there, it will constantly disturb your meditation and will force you to act. You will be sitting in meditation, then a thought comes, why don't you go and do something? Swami Ramatirtha was lying down on the bank of a river. Then a modern person went to him and said, Swamiji, why are you wasting your life like this? Why don't you go and do something good in the world? Then he said, my dear young man, is not that business already overcrowded? Why not leave Rama to be alone? Quiet, immersed in his self. So, satvena vriddhena rajastamasya vidhuya nirvanam upaiti anindhanam. The mind, when all its vasanas are gone, the mind will get blown out. Nirvana means just disappearing. The mind nirvapitam, The mind just disappears and only that pure sky, pure space of shanti, peace, nirvikalpa, that samadhi remains. Yadaivamatmanyavaruddha chitto naveda kinchit bahirantaram va yatheshu karo nrupatim rajantam ishaugadatmana dadarsha parshve. So this thus we have to purify our mind, train the mind by bhakti and jnana, and then only the mind will slowly get established in the self and give up thinking. Too much thoughts, that is karma renu, the dust of thinking. Some thoughts in one form or the other, emotions in one form or the other, urge to act in one form or the other. All this dust, smoke settles down, vanishes, and pure shanti, the heart is filled with shanti. So this is what Bhagavan says, the highest attainment. And in that state, yesterday we saw the Jivan Mukta moves about in the world free like a child. And he is no more conscious whether he has a body or not. And we gave the example also, like a drunkard unaware of his dress. Madira madandha, that is the example given by Bhagavatam. Totally unconscious, like that the Jivan Mukta is also moving about in this world, unaffected, unaware of his own body. And the body will have its prarabdha. It means just that the greatest trouble for us is, one is the body, it grows old, it will have some disease, some problem. And more difficulty comes from the mind also, from relationship, from expectation, from desire, from anger, and from imagination also, sleeplessness, everything creates problem. So these two planes, one has to be free of the body, one has to be free of the subtle body also. You can sit like this, but what about the inner machine? Constantly producing thoughts. Once I was going to a talk in Coimbatore in a rented taxi, and I was doing japam, going to speak on Bhagavad Gita, and a radio was running active in the car. Some cinema song was going on. Then I told the driver, please put it off. He said, yes, Swami. Then I started doing again, closed my eyes and was doing japam. After some time I heard again the song is there. Then I asked him, I told you to put off the radio. He said, Swami, the radio in this car is like that even if you put it off, it will sing. Then I got a very good example for our mind. It is like that you try to put it off, it sings more. You try to stop it, make it quiet, it becomes again and again active, something is going on. You think you are meditating, you are somewhere. Closed eyes you are sitting. The mind travels somewhere, thinks about some person or something somewhere. So that is the nature of mind, chanchalam hi manah Krishna. The mind is like that, it is called, there is one example given somewhere in the Purana which Swami Vivekananda quotes. The mind is like a monkey, that we say monkey mind. And it is not an ordinary monkey, it is a drunkard monkey. Not only that, it is intoxicated, it is bitten by a scorpion. And it did not stop there, a ghost also entered that monkey. This is the case of the mind normally. With such a mind, you say, please teach me meditation. That is why all masters said, first you serve or do some work, or do japa, chant nama, you will get purified. Because meditation will naturally happen. When the mind becomes pure, its very nature is meditation. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said, meditation is your very nature. It is not something which you do, it is your very nature. Just keep quiet, it is meditation. Not unnecessarily thinking, the brain is quiet, there is no image making inside, and your own existence, your own I, it shines forth as pure consciousness. That is meditation. So Bhagavan said, do that. Withdraw the mind and make it abide in the self. Drishtim tataha pratinivritya. Withdraw the attention from world. Nivritta trishnaha. Trishna means desire. It means longing. It means our ignorant attachment to things, persons, ideas, ideals, which makes us struggle, suffer. That is Trishna. Buddha said at last, after so much austerity, he said, Trishna is the cause for suffering. So Trishna means desire. It means thirst. Inside there is a thirst, a hunger for something. Remove all the desires through discrimination. Find out how you will land upon difficulty due to desires. And intelligently, wisely give up all the desires. First step, prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. Then next thing, atmani eva atmana tushtaha. One finds contentment in oneself. Sthita prajnastatochade. Then he is called sthita prajna, a person who is of stable wisdom. Here says tushnim bhavet. Become mauna, become nishala, silent. And what is he doing? It is like a honeybee. It just makes humming sound before landing on a flower. Hovering around the flower, it will make sound. Once it sits on a flower and starts drinking the honey, the nectar, it becomes silent. Like that, the mind also makes so much sound because it has not landed in the heart flower. Once it abides there and starts drinking that mauna rasam, the dhyana sukham, it will become quiet. Nija sukhanubhavo nirihaha. No desire, and there is a sukhanubhava. That sukham of Atma, sukham of Saswarupa, that samadhi sukha is there. That lahari, that inundation of samadhi is needed. Only then a person can come out of the worldly bondage. There are many sampradayas which say we don't want. Just know the Shastra, it is enough. But Chitta Vishranti is needed. Otherwise, you will not be happy. Vidyaranya Swami says, in Panchadashi it is a discussion. It comes in Jivan Mukti Viveka also. He says, Jnanam is there, but Chitta Vishranti is not there. The mind has not learned to be quiet, Shanta. Then you can speak to others. Vagvaikhari, Shabdajhari, Shastra Vyakyana Kaushalam, Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvad. You will get good chapad, good food, money, recognition. Natu muktaye, bhuktaye, natu muktaye. One will not get liberated because liberation is not something which you can get by all these words, play of words. It will come if we are really sincere with ourselves. If we are genuinely wanting real happiness, then we will find that unless and until we quieten our mind, attain the shanti, the peace, transcend the mind. First, try to quieten the mind, then transcend the mind. Even if some thoughts are there, does not matter. In between each thought, one thought comes, it goes, another thought comes, it goes. In between, there is a gap, interval, where what is there? It is the self. There is a song in Hindi, Sab vritti hai gopika, Sakshi Krishna Swaroop. All the vrittis are gopis and Krishna is Sakshi. In between two vrittis, it is like a rasa. One vritti is a gopika, another vritti is a gopika. In between, it is Krishna. Ehe rasa anup. It is a rasa, anupama rasa. So the real rasa is when one's attention turns towards the inner being, the Atma. One experiences that deep joy which gives great contentment, santosha. Once one has sufficiently absorbed that peace in one's being, then one can come out and work in the world. Just as all great masters came out and worked in the world, then also this wind, this storm, this cyclone of destiny will be there. Slowly I developed words. See, wind, storm, cyclone. It all naturally happens, no? Prarabdha is like that. Sometimes it is like a wind, sometimes it is like a storm, sometimes it is like a cyclone. And all kind of destiny will be there. Sandrishyate kvaja. Once in a while these things will affect. Avastu buddhya grihitam. But the jnani inwardly knows this is all mithya, not real. It's all false. He knows that tyaktam brahmayana bhavet. He no more gets deluded. He no more gets deluded that the jiva bhava is real. I am suffering. I have difficulty. This surface it will be there. Deep within it will not be there. In such a state, only a mukta purusha, a realized person, lives in this world. And he is not bothered whether the body stays or falls away. He never gets deluded. Tad saprapancham adhiruda samadhi yogaha. Swapnam punarna bhajade pradibuddha vastuhu. He has awakened to his real glory, so the world also cannot delude him, nor the body. So this has been told in the last chapter. Now Uddhava asks Krishna, tell me more, Bhagavan. Vadanti Krishna Shreyamsi Bahuni Brahmavadinaha Tesham Vikalpa Pradhanyam Utaho Ekamukhyata Bhavata Udahrita Swamin Bhakti Yogo Anapekshitaha Nirasya Sarvata Sangam Yena Tvaya Avishen Manaha. Uddhava says, Krishna, you spoke about bhakti. Now, profound jnana is over. So Uddhava says, sometimes you know, you heat your mind with jnanam. Suddenly you feel like, I want coolness of bhakti. Too much cold, you will feel, I want the warmth of jnanam. Sadhana is so beautiful. Both are needed. One is like father, one it is like the mother. One is like Shiva, one is like Vishnu. All this bhakti, collectively you can call everything as bhakti. So here Uddhava asks, now you spoke about Jnanam, Bhagavan. Now I want to hear about desireless devotion. A devotee who wants nothing. One devotee once was doing dhyana. Suddenly Krishna felt, I will give him darshan. He's so sweet devotee. So Krishna went to him in Vrindavan and gave darshan to him. And Krishna said, hugging him in his shoulder, said, you are so sweet, such a great bhakta. I feel I should serve you. The devotee said, O Lord, I am here to serve you, and inwardly I am doing that seva bhajana. I don't want anything. Krishna said, I want to give you something. Please ask. The devotee said, I don't want anything. What do I want? I want to meditate on you, chant your nama. And in everyday meditation, if a little tears comes in my eyes, my meditation is successful. Swami Sivananda of Ramakrishna order, Sri Ramakrishna's disciple, he was called Tarak Maharaj. In his last days he used to say, every day while meditating before night, if tears are not coming, that day is waste. So, this devotee said, Oh Bhagavan, I don't want anything. But of course the body is there, hunger will be there, so I will go to Bhiksha and get food. Only thing is, during that Bhiksha I have to go outside and meet people. I feel like giving up that also and meditating on you. Then Bhagavan said, don't bother, I will give you food. Okay, Bhagavan. And I will give you dress also. Some chadar, something you need, I will give you. Whenever it is needed, he said. And another thing also I tell you, you are staying under this tree and undisturbed, and nobody will disturb your meditation. This place is for you. Then, after these 3 boons, the devotee said, Lord, I want one more boon. Hey, you ask? Yes, I want one more boon. What is that boon? If suppose tomorrow I feel like desiring something, if I ask something to you, you should tell me I will not give you. I might ask you, but you should refuse to give me. Because human mind, human nature is if it gets, it will start asking. There will be no end. So from your side, you should tell Bhagavan that I will no more grant any of your desires. Bhagavan was stunned. Such devotees are great. Here says, Nirapeksham. He has no desire. Nirapeksha. Apeksha means desire. Expectation. He is Nirapeksha. When you go to some government office, some application is given. It is called Apeksha. And there is no application here. Nirapeksham. And he is always meditating. Munim. And he has found great peace. Shantam. And he has no attachment or aversion towards anybody. Nirvairam. Samadarshinam. He has found same-sightedness. He looks at everyone as same, nirvairam samadarshanam. Such a devotee, wherever he goes, I will follow his footsteps. Bhagavan says, if such a devotee is there, I will follow his footsteps. For what? Because wherever his feet touches, the earth becomes pure. And if that dust touches my body, I will become pure, says Krishna. Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvairam samadarshanam anuvrajami aham nityam puyeyeti anghrirenubihi. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi had a devotee, a very, very desireless, pure devotee. Right from his 8th year or 9th year, he was with Maharshi. He was studying in a Veda Padashala in Tiruvannamalai. And in Veda Padashala, they will not give you any leave. You cannot go freely outside if you are taking food there. You have to work. So he will not take food there. He will just study, go to the streets in Tiruvannamalai and beg and take food. And take some food to Maharshi also in the Virupaksha Guha. So the bhiksha that he gets, that bhiksha he will take to Maharshi and offer the bhiksha to Maharshi. His name was Ramanatha Brahmachari. He was called Brahmachari Ramanatha. And he used to serve Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi with so much bhakti, so much love. All his life. And even after coming to the valley, Ramana there also he used to serve all the devotees. Very innocent person. Day and night he will serve there. So some devotees said, Ramanatha, you are so close to Bhagavan. Why don't you ask Bhagavan about self-realization? So this Ramanatha has never asked any question to Maharshi. He has never desired anything. So one day he went to Bhagavan and asked Bhagavan, what is Atma Sakshatkara? Self-realization. Bhagavan, he was so dear to Maharshi, he kept his hand like this, fist all closed, and then gave a pat on his head, a knuckle on his head. We say Tamil, it's kottu on his head, and said, I have given you Atma Sakshatkara. I have given you self-realization, said Maharshi. He was so delighted, excited, and went to all the devotees and said, you know what happened today? Bhagavan gave a hit on my head. He just forgot about Atma Sakshatkara. He never mentioned that at all. He never said, Bhagavan said he has given Atma Sakshatkara. He said, Bhagavan gave a pat on my head. Bhagavan touched my head. That was all. So the bhakti, when bhakti comes, the person becomes so pure. There will be no desire even for liberation. There are, in Bhagavatam also, the Vritrastuti says, Na parameshtyam na sarvabhaumam. Na yoga siddhihi apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kamkshe. I don't want heaven, I don't want any even lordhood. I don't want to become a king. I am not even asking freedom from rebirth. Let me not forget you, Lord. This was the prayer of a devotee. And there is a very famous sloka of Shankaracharya which says, Na mokshasya akamsha. I don't have any desire even for liberation. Vibhavavancha bichaname. I am not after any wealth. Na vijnanapeksha. No desire for knowledge also. Shashimukhi sukhecha na punaha. No desire for worldly pleasures. Ataha, hence, Tvam sanyache janani jananam yatu mama vai mridani rudrani shiva shiva bhavani ti japata. Even if I take birth again, let me not forget you, let my mouth chant your nama. Mridani rudrani shiva shiva bhavani ti japata. So such devotees are really very, very brave, very courageous. They don't even fear Maya, they don't fear rebirth. They have constant hold on bhakti. Bhakti is the power that protects a sadhaka. Bhakti janani bhaktarbhagam rakshati. Shankaracharya says, the Divine Mother Bhakti, she protects her child Bhakta. It's like a small child. She knows how to protect him. She protects the child. So you always need Bhakti Janani. Bhakti is the mother of Jnanam and Vairagyam. Because Bhakti is there, Jnanam will follow, Vairagyam will come, everything good will happen. So we need bhakti. Nirasya sarvada sangam yena tvaya avishen manaha. Uddhava asks Bhagavan, tell me about bhakti, by which I will give up all attachments and my mind will only meditate on you, Bhagavan. My mind will meditate on you. I don't want anything else. When the mind becomes desireless, one attains happiness. Mayyarpidatmanas sabhya nirapekshasya sarvataha mayatmana sukham yattat kutasyad vishayatmanam. When the mind is totally pure, desireless, a kind of joy arises from within. When a person wants nothing, a person becomes desireless, that itself is mukti, liberation. Sometimes, when you do sadhana, now and then, very often, stress will come. Some kind of tension will come, desire will come. Might feel, I am not able to meditate, I am not attaining anything, I am not achieving anything. This kind of traumatic feeling will come. Then you should take one medicine. And that medicine is just to tell yourself, Bhagavan, I don't want anything. Bhagavan, you alone exist, I don't want anything. I don't want moksha, I don't want meditation, I don't want samadhi, I don't want anything. You exist, I don't exist. Just try this. Suddenly the inner area will become light. There will be total lightness, laghutvam will come, sattvaguna will come. Akincanasya dantasya shantasya samachetasaha maya santushtamanasaha sarvaha sukhamaya dishaha. If you can understand Sanskrit, nothing like that. Because simply reading Bhagavatam will give you joy. All these verses, they have to speak directly. Translation becomes very powerless. Akincanasya. Kinchana means a little bit. Akinchana means nothing. A person who gives up all his hold, everything, and his senses are all controlled, put in order, disciplined. Shantasya, and his mind is peaceful, quiet. Samachetasaha, and he has found samatvam. His mind is no more oscillating between he is great, he is low, this is good, this is bad, I like this person, I don't like that person. This kind of wandering, roaming is not there in him. Maya santushta manasaha, and he is happy, contented by his self-knowledge. By knowing that his very self is Bhagavan, his very own nature, his very nature is pure consciousness. And he has found a deep contentment there. When such a person moves about, wherever he goes, he finds happiness. All are friends for him. Sampurnam Jagadeva Nandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha Gangam Vari Samastavari Nivahaha Punyaha Samastaha Kriyaha. Shankaracharya says, wherever he goes, it is like a garden of bliss, celestial garden. Whatever he wants, he will get. And everywhere, whatever water he drinks, it is Ganga water. And whatever action he does, it is punya, it is good, it is noble. So, Sukhamaya Dishaha. Dishaha means all the corners, all the directions, becomes happy. Means everywhere he finds joy. Napa, and how did he find it? By the simple way of renouncing desires. And this will come only after so much struggle, because we have this habit of desiring and getting, desiring and getting, desiring and getting. And after much suffering, one will understand this desire leads to suffering. I don't want anything. Then only a person learns to say, I don't want anything, I don't want anything. Then one learns to sit quiet. Chup rahna. Kuch bhi karna nahi. Chigirsha nasti. Nothing to do. Nothing to attain, nothing to achieve. Nowhere to go. Na parameshtyam, na mahendradhishnyam, na sarvabhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhi, apunarbhavam va, smayarpidatmechati madvinanyat. Everywhere that jnani is looking at Bhagavan, everything is Bhagavan for him. And he needs nothing other than Bhagavan. And his Bhagavan is available everywhere. You give him the greatest glorious position, he laughs at it and walks away. There was one great saint in Tiruvannamalai about 400-500 years back, Guhainamashvayar. In Tamil, he sang a song to Arunachaleshwara. Actually, he belongs to Karnataka. He was doing wandering Tirtha Yatra from one place to another in India. And without knowing Arunachalam, Tiruvannamalai, he entered. And looking at Arunachala, the hill, he was captivated. And he felt like staying there. And he wanted the darshan of Arunachaleshwara in the temple, so he was about to enter the temple. The Lord said, you have to sing me some verses in praise of me in Tamil. Then only you can enter. He is a Karnataka person. He do not know Tamil. Then he learned Tamil and started singing. By that time, that time was given to him so that he will remain there. That was Ishvara's technique. So he learned Tamil, he was staying there and slowly learned and said, Mandala petridinum vendin. This same meaning of this sloka. He said, Na sarva bhaumam. I don't want to be a king in this world, a monarch, a sovereign ruler of this world. I don't want that. Vanavarillam paniya vinnala petridinum vendin. He said, I don't want to parameshtyam as the ruler in the heavens, where even all the gods will worship me. I don't want that. Shonagiri Pittanar Sannidhikke Pichayundu Vazhapperim. He said, I will take Bhiksha in Arunachala and live. I will be a beggar here and I will eat food got by alms as Bhiksha. I don't want any glorious position or anything. Na yoga siddhihi apunarbhavam va mayyarpitatme chati madvinanyat. And Krishna looked at Uddhava. See, Uddhava is such a ripe fruit. He was dripping with bhakti. Bhaktam ekantinam. He said, ekanta bhakta. With so much love, Krishna looked at Uddhava. And he said, Uddhava, you know, suddenly in between the teaching, Krishna tells Uddhava, we think love means love happening between a man and woman. But the greatest love is between the Lord and his devotee, in between a true master, a guru and his disciple. Here Bhagavan looked at Uddhava and said, Na tathame priyatamaha atmayonihi. Hey Uddhava, I don't love Brahma so much. Na Shankaraha, not even Shiva. Na cha Sankarshano, I don't even love Sankarshana. And you know, not even my consort Lakshmi I love so much. What to speak much, I don't even love myself that much. That much love I have to you. Ekanath Maharaj in his Ekanathi Bhagavata says when Krishna uttered this, he was teaching Uddhava as Krishna, not as Vishnu. So he had only two hands. But when he wanted to hug Uddhava with love, he got four hands. With all the four hands. So you see Narayana with four hands, it is not for that Shanga Chakra and all. It is for embracing the devotee. It is to express his love to his devotee that he has four hands. So he said, you are so much dear to me and I am a servant of a devotee. And I want to purify myself by touching a devotee. Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvairam samadarshanam anuvrajami aham nityam puyeyeti anghri renubhihi nishkinjanamai anurakta chetasaha shanta mahanto khila jivavatsalah kamaihi analabdhadhiyo jushantiyat Tannairapeksham na viduhu sukham mama Badhyamanopi madbhakto Vishayaihi ajidendriyaha Prayah pragalbhaya bhaktya Vishayirna vibhuyate. A devotee is not that strong like a yogi or like a jnani. He is very, very tender, very, very soft, very, very weak in a way. His weakness is his strength. He is not a strong person, he is like a child. And his power is his tears. So sometimes he also gets affected by sensory objects due to destiny. But even if he is affected by such things, the force of bhakti that he has to Bhagavan overpowers that weakness and rescues him. Badhyamanopi madbhaktaha vishayaihi ajidendriyaha. He has gained that love for Bhagavan, but not complete control of the senses. Even in such a state, pragalbhaya bhaktya vishayirnabhibhuyate. When there is pragalbha bhakti, intense devotion, vishayas will no more overpower him. Yathagnissu samriddharchihi karoti edhamsi bhasmasat tatha madvishaya bhaktihi uddhavainamsi krishnashaha. As a blazing fire burns all the fuels, dry twigs, like that intense, immense love, devotion to Bhagavan burns all the desires in the mind, all the weaknesses, flaws. So bhakti Uddhava is the easiest path. Na sadhayati mam yogaha, na sankyam dharma uddhava, na swadhyayastapastyago, yatha bhaktihi mamorjita. I cannot be attained that easily through yoga, not even through Sankyam or Dharma, but not even Swadhyaya or Tapas or Tyaga, but Bhakti will easily pull me to the devotee. Bhaktyaaham ekaya grahyaha shraddhayatma priyasatam bhaktihi punadimannishtha shvapakanapi sambhavat. Even if his character is not good, even if he is not absolutely pure, if bhakti is there, he will be redeemed, he will be purified, he will be accepted by me. Without bhakti, even if he has dharma, even if he has all disciplines, take for it from my word, Uddhava, it is not that easy to attain me. Dharma satyadayopeto vidyava tapasanvita madbhaktya apetamatmanam na samyak prapunatihi. The mind becomes pure when there is horripilation in the body, what the modern people calls as goosebumps. When there is a thrill of love in the heart, and when there is tears in the eyes, without that, how can the mind become pure? Katham vinaro maharsham dravada chetasa vina vina anandashrukalaya shuddhyet bhaktya vinashayah. Vaggadgata, these shlokas are very beautiful, I am just reading them. Vaggadgata dravate yasya chittam rudatya bhikshnam hasati kvachich vilajja udgayati nirtyate cha madbhakti yukto bhuvanam punati yathagnina hemamalam jahati dhmadam punaswam bhajate cha rupam atma cha karmanushayam vidhuya madbhakti yogena bhajatyatho mam yatha yathatma parimrijyate sau matpunyagatha shravanabhidhanaihi tatha tatha pashyati vastu sukshmam chakshur yatha anjana samprayuktam. These verses we will see tomorrow. Anyway, we have 2 more days to go. We will see how much we can cover. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Tu mamatma bhavasi tumeva tato na vachyam mama kinchidasti ythata veshtam kurumam tatheva tvamatmanatham ramanam pacha.